Hello, everybody. Welcome to American Hammers TV and friends. Now, before we start, I have an important message for a very good friend of ours, Danny, down there in North Carolina. He's struggling a bit at the moment, and I think he's in the hospital. So, from all of your family here at American Hammers, Danny, get well soon, my friend. Look after yourself and take care.
Yeah, mate.
Tonight, I've got David from Alamo City and Sully from I've forgotten already, Sully. Where are you?
Colorado.
Colorado, that's it. Sully over there in Colorado. It's 1 a.m. here in London, and I'm sure we'll get the updates from New Zealand and Australia and wherever and tell us what day it is over there. I'm sure it was like last Thursday in Hawaii, isn't it, at the moment or something? So
yeah,
who knows? Who knows? The chat's filling up lovely. We've got Foshizi, Kieran, Rebecca. Hi all. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, I think we're going to carry on talking about transfers, rumours, speculation, and so on. It seems to be quite a staple at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, that time of year.
Indeed. So we've lost two, as you can see from our hashtags. I'm sure Charlie Walsh will be beside himself.
Some of my stuff, you got to check in on him for sure.
Indeed. Big George has gone to Norwich. Allegedly, because it was an undisclosed fee, but allegedly it's £2.5 million, rising to 5 million for bonuses, add-ons, and things like that. For a player that only a year ago, was it a year ago, we paid £10 million for?
Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, correct? Yeah. But what a fantastic bit of business that's turned out to be. COVID-19 aside, Dave, what do you think? What do you make of that?
It's business as usual, isn't it? I was looking at something the other day. When you look at clubs in the Premier League, ins and outs, and money like gained or lost, we're right at the bottom of the stack with something like I think it was £71 million in the hole over the last. I think it was the last 10 years or something like that. But yeah, I mean it's typical, Golden Sully, isn't it? Spend a load of money on someone that's not good enough for the team, and then chuck them on for like a quarter of what we paid for him. Yeah, shameful.
Yeah. I mean, just right there, as Becca said, you paid all that money for him, and allegedly too, from what you were telling me earlier, because his agent was mates with Moyes, and then we don't really give him a shot, regardless of if it was a good bit of business at the beginning or not. It doesn't really get a shot with first team. Send him on loan to QPR. He goes down there, tears it up, and then he comes back for a nice little vacation to Scotland just to get shipped out to Norwich, which I think for Norwich is a great bit of business for them. They were never going to get him for what we paid for him, because it probably would have been a club record signing for them. But regardless, I'm sure if Norwich come up, he'll be a big part of that.
I think the reason we couldn't get a big transfer fee for him was because we were silly about the wages that we put him on. I've heard a couple other people talking about that, and it seems like Norwich are probably going to have to pay him decent wages. So they've probably taken their end out of our transfer fee to recoup what they're going to have to pay him.
Oh yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. He's definitely comfortable with the championship now, so he's he'll be all right.
Yeah, and he was scoring for fun with QPR, wasn't he?
Yeah, they had a nice little attack.
15 goals.
I think
not
so.
Bad, is it?
I'll double
That's
check
a decent
that,
return. Yeah, and as we all know, Jetty's gone to Celtic, all the way up there in Scotland, and had a parting shot at West Ham as he left, saying that we never really gave him a chance. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's not wrong. He played in 3 games I can remember. I think all 3 of them were cup matches. 2 of them we lost, I believe. I mean, and the thing that's crazy too is like he's a starter for his country, and to come here and to never really give him a shot when we really only have one legit striker, at least this past season, was just insane to me. Why we wouldn't give him a chance? I mean, he would come on as a sub, but he didn't really have an impact. But I guess just playing devil's advocate on that, it's hard to get into a game when you're only getting in for about 10 minutes or so. So, I mean, he's not wrong. The first thing he did when he got to Celtic was score a goal. So, I mean, cheers to him. And Jordan Hugo scored 13 goals and had 1 assist last year for QPR.
Right. I worry that the Ajeti thing's going to come and bite us in the arse, because I can see him really tearing it up there with Celtic.
Oh yeah,
and all of a sudden his value is going to treble, quadruple. Who knows?
Oh yeah, he could definitely stay at Celtic and do a good job. I mean, especially because Celtic is a big fish in a small pond. Like I don't Celtic is their league to lose, honestly, every season. But yeah, I mean, just like you said, he'll probably stay maybe a year or two. Mess around and score a bunch of goals and go somewhere else for, a decent fee. So, yeah, smart by him.
Well, don't we have a sell-on clause with him?
I'm sure we have, yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm not.
Man, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if anybody has some bit of funny business with their contract. Oh yeah, no, Celtic is definitely a better team than us. I'm just saying they don't play anybody.
No, and they're certainly a bigger team than us, aren't they? Now, the money aside, of course, with these deals, they're not really 2 players that we're going to miss, are they?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, they didn't play, so no. I doubt it.
Well, I don't think we would have seen him play under Moyes.
Yeah.
He's very sort of finicky about who he picks for his teams. He doesn't like a lot of change. So a light squad might be all right,
Yeah.
Now, while I was looking at things to talk about tonight, I did come across, and I don't know where it's gone now, I've lost it, but I did come across a story saying that Grady Diangana is wanted by Aston Villa.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not wanted by a couple clubs with how he was performing in the Championship last season.
Yeah.
Especially since I know Villa just barely survived, but I mean their attack is not that great. They don't score a lot of goals. They're one of those teams that just wear you down and try to hit you on the counter. So I think he could definitely boost an offense up there, be somebody with some quickness at their feet. I mean, if I was them, I would try to go for it. Probably be for cheap too. So why not?
But is that going to be a mistake if we let him go?
Possibly.
I mean, I've seen video clips of him playing for West Brom, and the things he was doing, taking on 3 men at a time and just dinking the ball in between their legs and passing them like they were not there. Absolutely mugging them off. Now, I know that the Championship isn't quite the Premiership, but surely there's a prospect there that we need to be. Now he's done that last season, surely we need to be bringing him in and seeing if he can do the business for us as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the only argument you could really make about selling him is the fact that we have so many midfielders right now. Yeah, and I think but I do think that he can make more of an impact right now than a Lanzini can, and I think he's just more ambitious right now. I mean, it sucks because Lanzini was great. I mean, obviously the story's been told, got hurt, and he's not the same player. But I think, and I saw on here, was it Charlie Early? He said, I mean, Grady can definitely take the spot for Anderson, especially if Anderson's not confident. But you have Grady and Bowen with Haller and Antonio for your attacking front four, and that, is definitely dangerous. Or even if Antonio's not in there, to start, whatever the case may be, I think Grady and Bowen together can be pretty exciting to see for sure. I wouldn't get rid of him.
The only thing I would question about that is, would you play Antonio in the hole, or would you play Anderson, Fornals, even Lanzini maybe?
If we're doing 3 in the front, yeah, I'm definitely not putting Antonio as my number 10.
No.
Definitely not. He'd have to be on the wing, and I'd probably put Bowen in the middle, to be honest. If those are the 3 options, I'd put Bowen in the middle and then Antonio on the wing.
What would you do, Dave?
Antonio on the right. If we got Grady for the left, I think he'll be decent down the left. In the hole, it's probably going to be Pablo Fornals for me. Maybe Bowen as well. I haven't really seen him do much in the middle of the pitch yet, but I don't know. I think we're going to see Anderson, Lanzini, and hopefully those 2 go, and a few more. I think we'll see it go out the door. If that does happen, then I think we've probably got a pretty good chance of keeping Grady.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I think honestly at this point in his career, Antonio needs to be the impact super sub. Just like Traore was, and there are some games that you probably would start Antonio. Just depending on who you would play, but for the most part, he just needs to be that guy to come in and just change the entire pace of a game.
Yeah, and of course, nobody's mentioned Yarmolenko yet either, have they?
No.
Where does he fit into all this?
Yarmolenko is an impact sub. He is the definition of a brilliant impact sub. You chuck him in on the right, and you see what he's done. Like a couple of times, he's pulled us out of the shit. Down on that right side.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like him as an impact sub as well. I think he's one of those players that we could even throw up for striker, because it is his natural position for his country. But I don't think over 90 minutes, I don't know if he'd be one person that I'd want to play the full 90 minutes, especially against your top tier. But we saw what he did against Chelsea. He came on and changed the whole game. We've seen what he's done against Manchester United, and, the tape is out there for what he can do. But as far as starting is, I think there's better overall talent than him for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think we might see more of him on the right next season, because I've got a feeling I don't think we're going to find another striker and bring a striker in. It just doesn't look like there's the money there to do that. So I think we're going to see more of Antonio up top, especially if Haller's underperforming. So I think there's a good shout for him getting in on the right side.
Yeah,
we got a new hashtag that may be trending.
Just players.
Now,
so I'm definitely down with that too, but he just got to play confident. We've seen what he can do when he knows what he wants to do, but when his mind's not in it, he can disappear. You watch a 90-minute game of West Ham and not even realize that Anderson's in the in the squad.
Oh, I realize he's there. I'm swearing at him the whole match.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Now here's an interesting thing. How you fixed for conspiracy theories, fellas?
I'm down for a good conspiracy.
Yeah.
I had heard this earlier, but Rebecca is saying. So is he there or not? I heard he wasn't.
I'm not sure. If he's not, I don't really see too many things being behind closed doors at this club. Anything that's a potential piece of news, will come out to the forefront. So if he was holding out, I think we would know about it.
He does have England duty coming up too as well. And Moyes said something. It was he did an interview that was on the club site that said that they're going to be missing some of the international players. So I don't know if he was up there for the start of it and he's buggered off now because he's got to rest up and go do international duty.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to go to Scotland since he chose England over them. There's a conspiracy for you.
Okay,
I don't know. I'm not saying anything for him.
Now, you know who we haven't mentioned, of course, talking about all these forwards and attacking midfielders and things. No one has mentioned Jack the Wheelchair Wilshere.
It doesn't exist.
I think we need to send him out on loan to someone and pay off his wages to cut our losses on him.
Yeah.
I just don't see him doing anything.
Same here.
Watch, you'll go out and be a world beater this year.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it'd be the West Ham way, but at the same time, as much as we're paying for him, all he's done for the club is just be injured.
Yeah, jump out of the dryer.
Jump out of tumble dryers, yeah. Yeah. See, now Kieran's saying that he hasn't seen him, so I don't know what's going on. So, have you heard about the alleged raid that we're going to be doing on Bournemouth? Double swoop for Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson.
Callum Wilson would be another player that I'd be skeptical on because he's always hurt too. He's a brilliant player when he's healthy, but I mean he's not always healthy.
He fit right.
Apparently, he's also been linked with Crystal Palace. So, and what's he valued at? Bloody, was it 16, 18 million pound or something? Are we really going to pay that when we're? I know we need a striker, but come on.
We couldn't pony up fucking 5 million for a left back. So
exactly.
We're going to get a striker that we don't really need.
Exactly.
Right.
And some of the things that I've seen us linked with, that Barcelona midfielder, like we haven't got enough midfielders. What's his name? Alcantara.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Rafinha Alcantara, 16 million, 27 years old midfielder. What do we want him for?
Play next to Messi.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, City are trying to make Messi happen, aren't they?
Who is that?
Manchester City are trying to make Messi happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
That's all we bloody need. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, all the reports are saying that Messi's not happy, and especially how they got spanked out the Champions League. I mean, I can understand why, but I think Barcelona's issues go a lot deeper than just him wanting to leave. They were falling apart at the end of not just the league, but even Champions League. You get smashed 8-2. Anybody would be pissed with that.
Yes, and Isaac Hayden was an interesting one. Was he up at Newcastle, isn't he?
Yeah.
25-year-old, but then another midfielder. But the thing that made me sort of raise an eyebrow at that one, he has just changed his agent to Will Salthouse. Sullivan's best buddy.
Yeah, his mate, yeah.
It's just a matter of time then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that one might have some legs. And
I wouldn't be surprised. Seeing as how agents are the new recruiting system for us now.
Yeah, the only system.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, apparently Messi's going to Inter Milan, according to Foshizi, but I'm sure I saw something that today that said that Manchester City were trying to make it happen.
I'll tell you what, if he had I think he would go to City.
Oh yeah, I mean, as much as that, and that's something that's been talked about for a while, like a couple of years now. Messi to Manchester City. I think the one thing that'll be interesting to see if for whatever reason Messi does come to the Premier League is if he can handle the physicality of it for a whole season. Not saying that Spain isn't physical, especially towards him, but I mean, it's every week. Cup matches aren't even any better than that, especially if you get the lower tier, because they're putting out their starting guys. You're going to play in small little 15,000 person stadium, where people are practically breathing on you. I don't think he's too used to that. So, I mean, hey, buyer beware at that point. But, Manchester City be on TV every damn day.
Yeah.
Fauci's has got his finger on the pulse, look.
Ooh.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move.
To be fair, he's got enough money to buy apartments everywhere.
Yeah,
right.
Hasn't he?
Yeah. The only reason I can see him moving to Milan too is just to honestly play against Ronaldo again. I mean, I don't know why else you'd want to go to Italy. I mean, especially Inter's not a bad club, not a small club, but I mean, there is better competition elsewhere.
Perhaps he likes to ski and shop.
yeah, Milan, yeah. Barcelona to Milan, yeah, no, definitely.
Do you want to hear something really funny?
What's that?
Have you heard of a striker at Atalanta called Duvan Zapata?
Yeah, I saw them. What was that? The Europa League?
Yeah, apparently he's a Colombian striker. He's like, I don't know how old he is. I don't think it says here. But apparently they want to sell him, and both us and Manchester United are in the running to buy him. This is the funny bit. Ready? Having originally sought 80 million euros to sell Zapata, Atalanta have come down to a more realistic 50 million euros for the goal scorer. And we're racing Manchester United for that. Behave yourself.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, he's a pretty quality player, but at the same time, I don't think you'd want to spend 50 million pounds on somebody that not your everyday fan would know who they are. Especially I mean, it'd be cool because he's a striker, but does that mean he'll start? Because Moyes didn't even want to start Haller towards the end of the season after he came back being healthy again.
We ain't got 50 million pence, never known 50 million euros, for crying out loud. I mean, some of these rumours and things are so out there, aren't they?
I like what Charlie just said. Charlie Boy said Messi is born in Argentina, but his family is from Italy, and he could have played for the Italian national side because he has citizenship there too. That's pretty interesting. That would make a lot of sense. I mean, if that's the reason why he'd want to play there, I mean, why not? Easier for your parents to come and see you. That's dope. I had no idea he had citizenship in Italy. Nice. Good for him.
No. So we've got this massive transfer budget now from selling Hugo and Ajeti, which I think has all gone to pay off the Haller installment, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, 2.5 million is not really going to buy you anybody. Or anybody that's going to
toilet paper at the training facility.
So are we worrying yet about how the squad's going to look, especially when everybody knows we need fullbacks, or at least a left back, a fullback over on the left?
Honestly, like if the party line is we don't have money for transfers, if they just get in a decent left back, I think we could scrape by. I don't think we would be in dead trouble. But if we don't get some cover on that left side in the back, we are in the shit again.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's the biggest thing right there. Get a couple of fullbacks and maybe even a center back. And that's a good window, in my opinion. We don't really need to pay attention on the attacking side of things because, I mean, there have been games we've, put goals in the net or balls in the net, but, we just give up way too much. I think having a quality backup center back for either if Diop or Agbana, were to go down, that would be quality. And then obviously a left back, if we were to spend, 15, 20 million pounds, like how you guys were saying, on a quality left back, or just even a halfway decent one. Excuse me. Wow. I think that would be a good window in its own. Honestly, I think you get a lot of happy customers with that too.
Mm. But do we have that sort of money to spend on a left back?
No, we don't have sort of money to spend on anybody.
Well, I mean, I think that's where some of these midfield players that we're talking about shipping off, or that's where that's going to come from.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get rid of Anderson just to get that, millstone from around our neck, the rest of the money we owe for him. And then if we can get a few bob for Lanzini, that's our left back money.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anybody that we sell, the money needs to go to somebody on the back line for sure.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to throw this over to the chat now. Anything you want us to talk about? Because that was all I had. Unless either of you fellas have got anything you particularly want to. I know we tried to have a rant last week and it didn't really happen, did it? It was more of a little whinge than a rant.
Yeah, no. I guess kind of what Paul was saying too about Fredericks starting at right back is, I don't know, Fredericks just he makes me nervous. He's got speed for days, and that's unquestioned. I mean, when we signed him, that's really the only thing people were talking about. But he's just really raw. He doesn't defend, too well, and he doesn't really overlap that great. I mean, when you play him because you have him, but other than that, like, he's not tall. He can't really do anything on corners, can't really mark somebody more physical than him. That'd be my only thing that's nervous. If we get somebody who was experienced but like had the size of Johnson, that'd be fantastic.
I think I don't know. Fredericks is good, sort of 90% of the time, but then there's that 10% he has a little bit of a whoopsie. I've seen him do like miraculous things, like catching up with people and breaking up, plays down the left side.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've seen him do some really daft stuff, chopping people and just, letting crosses go in, all sorts of silly things. Yeah, he does play narrow. That's it.
Yeah.
But do you think that maybe with Stuart Pearce coming in, that might help sort the fullbacks out? Certainly, Fredericks. Do you think it might help him out a little bit?
Definitely can't hurt. Can't get any worse.
I don't know. I've heard. I think it was. I think it might have been ex-WHU employee on the West Ham Way podcast was talking about when Pearce was at the club last time, that he rubbed some of the players the wrong way. Go figure.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I don't know.
That's what you need.
He's one of those kind of blokes that you got to like that style of communication to do well. Some people are sensitive, delicate creatures and don't do well with someone having a go at them. So it depends on what sort of person Fredericks is.
Who's this?
Earl Thomas is the safety for the Baltimore Ravens at the team. They just cut him because he, funny enough, talking about rubbing people the wrong way, he got into it at practice and he got cut the other day.
Right.
Right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I think with the team, like, obviously there are needs that we have, but I think the one thing that's still kind of, like, let's just see what happens at the beginning is the fact that the team was in the top four for the first 5-6 games last year, or until Fabianski got hurt. The only game that we had lost or dropped points in was a game against Manchester City. Other than that, we either won or draw against everybody. And I know you could probably say it was against a lighter competition, but those are the games that you need to pick up points in, especially us.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were playing well. I think we played well when we were playing two strikers. I think we were playing well at the beginning of the season, which was nice to see us come out the gate strong because that's not normally the case, not all the time. Oh, Danny is in the chat. Hello, Danny. Welcome. Hope you're doing well.
Is that Danny or is that Andre? Do you think his friend who's been communicating with us and letting us know how he's doing?
I don't know. It just says hello.
Yeah, I see.
But I don't know. I think the issues are glaring, but I just don't know if the ownership are going to be smart enough to fix those right now, or B, if we have money to genuinely attempt to try to fix those issues right now. So, we'll see. The schedule doesn't start off lightly for us. So, we're going to find out real quickly. I'm going to find out real quickly what the team is made of. Hey, good to see you, man.
Yes.
So, we'll see. But we do definitely need to fix that back line in the worst of ways.
Do you want to do some Hammers polls? We haven't done them for a while, have we?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's pull them up. Hammers polls. Here we go.
It's a nice shot of the stadium, too.
It's all right, isn't it? Okay. Would you take free agents Cavani and Suarez up front for a season?
Yes, 110% I would do that.
Even though they're both 33 years old?
Yeah.
If it's just for 1 year, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take it.
Yeah, give him a low base pay and then massive, goal bonuses and stuff.
Oh, yeah. $100,000 per goal. Make it happen. No, not that high. I'm just kidding, not that much, but I would do it. I don't really see how you would. The only thing you probably have to worry about is just Suarez biting people, but I would do it.
40 grand a goal,
Oh yeah, definitely make it something lucrative. They generally attempt. So Cavani's nasty, and Suarez has been there, done that in the Premier League. So yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So you're saying yes?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang,
bit of a landslide there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Let's have a look. With Chelsea spending tens of millions of pounds on midfielders, would you be interested in taking Mason Mount on loan next season?
I'd like to take him permanently.
Yeah, indeed.
Then we wouldn't have to worry about Declan Rice going anywhere ever.
I know.
Yeah, it could definitely sort out him with a partner. I know Souček plays that role, but I don't know if that's. He played really well playing up front too, did Souček. So I think you have Mount and Rice. You can have a couple buddies that could, just blossom in that position together. I think, I would do it.
Yep.
And if he's not good after the season, ship him off.
The only thing that would worry me about saying yes to that is, would Moyes be tempted to play Mason Mount and Souček together and drop Rice back into central defence? Yeah, exactly.
That's a fair point. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if that was to happen.
I don't think I'd be that disappointed if he did.
Yeah, but then who in the back line would you take out? Was that Diop down or is that Ogbonna down?
Chuck Diop, sell him.
Sorry. Oh yeah. For this reported £45 million that people are going to pay for him.
There's your left back, a bit of money for whatever else we need. Mason Mount money.
But then would Rice be happy being put back in central defence?
At that point, you're here to play for the team. This was your original position. You're good where you're at. I wouldn't want him back there, but you got to do what's best for the team.
Yeah, I think his only reservation with that would be that he's been pulled to play, central midfield for England. If he starts playing centre back again, then does that affect his shout with England?
Yeah, that's fair. I agree that you probably shouldn't play him out of position, especially like we were saying, he's already It's like his position now, like that's his spot of the field. Interesting.
What's this Tim saying? Sell him. Sell who, Tim?
I think he's saying sell Diop. Tim hates
right.
Diop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think if we could get enough money for him, that's one good solution for our transfer budget.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So, what are we saying? Yes or no to Mason Mount on loan?
I'd have him.
Yeah, it's for a loan. Yeah, trial run.
Sure.
Even though, like Foshizi said, that he'll tempt him. He'll get in his ear and tempt him.
Oh, he's already in his ear. He's already
to go to Chelsea with him.
Well, I mean, if you have a loan with an option to buy, Mason Mount won't even be going back to Chelsea at that point. So he really couldn't talk.
This is true. Yeah, another landslide there. Look.
Yeah. So to bring Pulisic with him as well.
Oh, this is an interesting question. Look, will we sign anyone? No or no?
Really put you between a rock and a hard place with that one.
I know. Oh dear. According to the Sun, that fantastic journalistic piece, West Ham are readying a package to take both Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson from Bournemouth. Do we want them? Take Fraser, take Wilson, take both. Don't want either. Surely that's got to be financially prohibitive, hasn't it?
That one's weird too, because he's, like I said, I probably wouldn't take Wilson just because he'd probably get hurt and he wouldn't score because he's playing for us and he loves to score against us, so he wouldn't score for us. But Fraser's a winger too, so I mean, if we picked up Fraser, we'd have to get rid of somebody, because what would be the point of picking him up if you were going to play him?
Yeah, for the money, it's a don't take either for me.
Yeah, I'd probably have to pass on both, honestly. Yeah, if I had to choose one, I would take Fraser, but I wouldn't do either one.
Fraser's on a free. I suppose if you're chucking people on, then maybe
yeah. I wouldn't take Wilson.
Talks about what happened. Is anything happening with Duffy?
No, I've heard a lot of things saying that that they were close. His dad, I guess, even was in a Twitter conversation with somebody, and Duffy himself said, "Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about." So I don't know. I don't even think Duffy knows what he wants to do at this point. But I don't think he's coming to us anytime soon.
So what are we saying? Just Fraser or neither?
Sodom.
I said neither, yeah. Take both. Wow, interesting.
We're split on that one.
Yes, I see the argument for both, just because it's a proper striker, but that's weird.
Okay, that was interesting.
50 quid.
Yeah.
Fraser over Traore.
Yeah.
Sell Brady.
Take Fraser on a free and sell him next season.
And
then Rebecca said for 50 quid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the case, you definitely have to play him. If you're going to attempt to sell him after a free, he'd have to be a fixture in the starting 11 at that point. Because if you get him on a free just to sit him and then try to sell him, you're not going to get him for much. It'd be kind of a waste of a spot, in my opinion. So if you were to bring him on for a free, play him and then sell him.
Yes, but that's not the West Ham way, is it? At the moment, the West Ham way is buy them for a chunk and sell them for next to nothing.
For nothing, yeah.
Now, I have heard that Duffy's brother is on a complete wind-up on Twitter at the moment. And anything that people are asking or saying, he's saying, yes, it's true to everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of Arnautovic's brother.
I'm not sure that we can trust anything that is being reported at the moment about Duffy. So I don't know.
Yeah, till we see him in the kit. Probably. I mean, if he goes to Celtic, cool. Have fun being forgotten, but at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I guess even if we did take him, would Duffy even be somebody who would start for us?
Well, but even if he's not a starter, he's a good backup, isn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I mean, obviously West Ham are in Scotland right now too, so you definitely have a good point there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, West Ham are in Scotland. It's just the Celtic thing's a ruse. He's joining the squad for training.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it got a game. I wonder if that game's going to be televised. I'm sure there will be links somewhere.
Which game?
The
West Ham's preseason game tomorrow.
I think the Ipswich one's being shown, isn't it?
Is it on?
Maybe
maybe
in England. I'm just saying I don't think it'll be televised here. I'd probably have to find a link.
Well, like last year, they were doing them on the club's like Facebook and stuff like that, weren't they?
Oh yeah, on the YouTube page, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it'd be smart. I don't see why not. Got the page, might as well use it.
So this is why they're in Scotland.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, no said that they were up there. They were trying to squeeze in a game of golf here and there.
Oh, here we go. Look, Paul's got it down for us.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. Still be able to find it.
Yeah. Now I've just got to figure out how to skip out of work for a couple of hours.
Well, the game tomorrow, I mean, I don't know what time you work, obviously, but it's at, I think, 8 a.m. in Texas.
Oh, it's noon. It's what time is it there? You said it's a noon.
Midday. Yeah.
So that's,
midday.
6 a.m. our time.
6 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it's at 7. So.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I'll get up and watch that. Might as well.
Yeah. Breakfast.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
To start the day off with a little head scratch.
I don't start work until 4 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm quite lucky in that respect.
Oh, nice.
Gave me a couple of hours to get over whatever.
Rebecca's saying it's 2 p.m. Well, I'm only saying it's midday because I've got the One Football app open as I'm talking to you, and they've got a countdown on there to when the game kicks off. And at the moment, it's saying 10 hours and 12 minutes. So 10 hours and 12 minutes from now will be midday. So.
Oh, wow. That 10 hours, geez. 10 hours and 10 minutes, that's what, 4 a.m.? Wow.
So now we're talking about it, I'm going to Google it and see what happens.
No, it's 6 a.m. Central Time. So it'll be
okay. So it's 5 for me.
That's midday in London.
Yeah, 5 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to Google, it's midday, Rebecca, according to Google.
So we'll find out when the kicks off, huh? The last one for Ipswich that we play, or Ipswich had a game against Tottenham a couple of days ago, and it was streamed on the Bleacher Report app. So I mean, they might do that as well. It's a really good stream.
Here's a question:
Who's buying the third kit?
I mean, if it's what I think it is, I'll probably get one. It looks pretty clean. It's like black with the logo's gold, I believe, with gold letters. Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah. There's a pic. Go on, Dave. Sorry.
If it's that dodgy one that was on the internet with like it's got the square neck like we had a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the badge sort of hanging like that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
fancy that.
I think that was a knockoff from China that had been made based on the artist impressions that were doing the rounds at the time on social media. So I'm hoping that the proper kit actually does look better, because certainly I, for one, absolutely hate our home and away kits this season.
Yeah, they're crap.
Yeah,
they had so much opportunity to do so much with them, and it was like they designed them, they made these brilliant kits, and then they passed them over to the fuck it up department to do just that.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the under-20s, the kit does not look that great in person, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I always thought it looked like a Burnley kit. Give me one moment. I'm being summoned by my dad.
Being summoned by his dad. You're a naughty boy and you're making too much noise.
You and me both, Rebecca. Yeah, knock a few pounds off, get the black kit.
Yeah. This fat boy will certainly be buying it for that reason.
I'll be getting it because I really missed the chance on getting the last time we had a black kit, the black and the baby blue. That was really nice. I had ordered it to the apartment I was living in, but I sent it to the wrong address, to the apartment I was living in previously. So by the time I figured it out, it had already been shipped back over to the UK.
Oh boy.
Boy. So so it is what it is.
Do you know what I always? I know you guys don't have the luxury of actually going into the shop and seeing the goods. You can only look at it on the internet.
Well, look
through the club website, yeah. But I like going up into the shop and having a look at the training kits as well, because some of them are quite smart.
Oh yeah, I like the jumpers too that they have for the jumper we had a couple seasons ago. Not this recent season, but the season previous to that. Those jumpers were really nice.
Don't give TSP any money.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong. Not wrong. I mean, the way the kits look this year, they're definitely making it easy on the fans to not do it.
Well, I've got a friend who I go with almost every week when we're going to the matches, that is. And he said exactly the same thing about renewing our season tickets. He said, no, don't give them any money. Well, the thing is, it's our club. We have to, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a precarious position.
I mean, the other option is you sort of, and in England, it's a lot more difficult to not pay for a ticket, because you don't get all the games. It's not. People in America might not understand that. In England, you don't get all the games, even if you pay for all the TV subscriptions. You have to, unless you got a VPN and you get a dodgy, you get a stream from the US. We're very fortunate as far as telly goes, getting games.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one thing that's interesting is, us all the way in the States can watch every West Ham game home and away, but somebody who lives in London can't watch half the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, I'm lucky though, because I can go from this chair here to my seat at the London Stadium in less than an hour.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's fantastic for me. So, I as much as it's a horrible bloody stadium for football, you go for the the people that you meet before the game, you have a drink with, the people you meet at halftime. And Tim will attest to that, because when he was over, we went onto the Hammerschap boats, and we had a great time on there. I've got absolutely rotten on there one game. And that was when Tim was over, and I actually said to him, we all got kicked off the boats because they wanted to shut up and go home. So we went over into Westfield to try and find a bar or a pub that was still open, and we went into this one pub, and it was full of young people. It was a middle-aged man's worst nightmare, full of young people, really loud music, and I just said, I'm done. I've got to go. I'm so pissed I've got to go home. And Tim proper called me out for it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and I know it's a precarious position as a fan to think about, renewing the season tickets, but I'd be just like you, Steve. I would do it just because, it's the club. Regardless of all the nonsense going on, it's a 2-hour distraction from life. Whether things are going good or bad. Just go there, have an experience, and not only that, but you never know what you're going to see on the pitch. Regardless if that's like beating a Manchester United or getting a bicycle kick against Crystal Palace, you never know what you're going to see, and it's always pretty sweet to be able to say, I was there when that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I had a chance to go there once, and I know it's not the best stadium for football, but it was definitely a different. I've had the pleasure of going to both, and it was definitely two different experiences throughout the whole day, not just specifically at the stadium. But I mean, it is interesting to see. Was that about 60,000 some odd West Ham fans cheering the team on? It's always pretty sweet to see.
Mm.
What's this? What's going on here?
I'm not sure. I think Fo said something about GSB might be able to be given the stadium soon. And I don't know what September 15th is. I mean, I know the season starts on the 12th, but
Paul, can you elaborate on that for us? Tell us what's happening, or what you think might be happening, because we haven't got a clue over here.
There we go again with the conspiracies. Hey, you see what you did?
Well, yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking forward to a new season. I think the positives that came out of the last one at the end, hopefully it's it kind of leaks into the beginning of this season. And I wouldn't be surprised too if, what do you say? Paul said that X said something big is happening. I wouldn't be surprised either if that's, and I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe it'll be a different manufacturer for the kits.
No, well,
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? They might be announcing that they're going to square off another stand. It could be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, Danny Jordan Hugo is now on Norwich. It's official. He has a picture with the kit.
Yes, Danny is gone.
A couple hours ago.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah.
2.5 million pounds.
Going back to what I was saying about on the boats, Gary said a good night was had by all, because Gary was with Tim and I. And Rebecca said he is a legend. I'll tell you what. I did a few years in the army. Sally, you're ex-military, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, ex-Air Force.
Yeah,
you were Air Force, right? Are you Air Force as well, Dave?
Navy, U.S. Navy.
Navy, right. So we've got all three services here.
Covered. Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I think we can all agree on is military men and women can drink, can't they?
Oh yeah. For the most part. For the most part.
Gary, if drinking was an Olympic event, Gary would win gold every 4 years. The man is an absolute animal. And thinking about it, it was probably his fault that I got so bloody rotten that night. But yes, he is an absolute legend, and he's a lovely fella. But boy, oh boy, he's a sponge.
Yeah, I've met a couple of those through my days too. Funny enough, they were all in the Marines as well, but yeah, they did not play around.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I hope to get a chance to come down there and visit a lot of the people, since last time I went to the game was a few months before I was interviewed for the first time with with American Hammers TV. So, hopefully I would love to be able to go back and visit when fans can go to the games and just meet, a lot of you guys. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
See if I can give Gary a run for his money.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. I think Rebecca, we need to be getting them lined up on the bar on the boats, and we'll get Sally down there.
Yep.
Steve Red. That's awesome. Yeah, that would be a good time. That'd be great. I'm really curious now what this news might be. I mean, obviously, I know it's not going to be a kit manufacturer because that's not that huge of a deal, but I'm really curious now.
I know we got nearly bloody 3 weeks to wait for it.
I'm sure I'll forget about it until it's announced as well. They might elaborate on their podcast too, so I might give that a listen.
Challenge accepted.
Yes, but the trouble is, Rebecca, you were drinking that, what was it, bloody vodka and fizzy fruity drink or something. It was,
Baby jam or something.
Oh, I don't know what it was. They were all drinking it though. Gio was drinking it, and Gonzo, and all of them.
Oh, are you talking about vodka and Red Bulls?
No. It was. I can't even remember if it was vodka. It might have been. The white rum. But they were drinking it with like this fruity flavored bloody lemonade or something, and it was just seriously.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, Garrett. Yeah, you definitely can't drink like that around people you don't want to be around. 100%.
No.
Becky, you'd probably beat me when it comes to shots because when it comes to anything that's clear, not about it. Like I'm a big rum person, and that's pretty much it. But
here we go.
Take a couple of shots. I don't see why not.
It wasn't the lemonade. It was berry vodka and lemonade.
Berry vodka and lemonade. Oh yeah.
We can all go get curry afterwards.
Oh dear. Right, we've degenerated into.
Hey, we always got to get food somewhere on these talk shows.
Yeah, food or drink. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I did ask Charlie if he was going to be coming along tonight to talk burgers and food and things with us.
The curry hour.
Probably too distraught about.
He's still mourning.
So, how's this? Look, Danny said. So Foshizi says.
But
right.
And then Rebecca said. Sorry, wrong one. And then Rebecca said.
A proper English breakfast, so you can't really go wrong with that.
Danny, don't look. Look away.
Oh, welcome in, Neil.
Oh.
Neil in the future having himself a great day. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Roger just started, didn't it? Yeah, nice. Nice. Well, shoot, if I come and visit you guys, I'm going to have to try to attempt to remember the days.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely we'll take you out. We'll give you a few local delights to sample.
There'll be very memorable days till about 7 p.m.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's one thing I definitely miss about being in England is the summer times out there because the sun is out for ages. You go out and everybody for the most part is having a good time, and you go to sleep when the sun is coming right back up at 5 a.m.
Danny, take care of yourself.
Yeah, how we going, buddy? Get well.
Yep. Get well. Right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody in the chat keeping it interesting and giving us some interesting talking points. Dave and Sally, thank you for joining me again this week.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you haven't already, please like this video if you've enjoyed it, and please subscribe to American Hammers TV on YouTube, and click the little bell so you get notified whenever we go live. There is lots of good content. Monday night's not so good, but rest of the week it's really good content. And of course, if you want to not give your money to Golden Sullivan and you'd rather give your money to American Hammers instead, check out the shop on the American Hammers website. They've got some good gear in there. And we'll leave it there. Thank you all for joining us. And come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons. Take care. That's awesome.